blue sky contains no rest. Ancient floods stand thin and proud, like people shuffling through a crowd. And here I stand, so small and far, singing to a single star.
Welcome to Seeking the Light of 1,000 Suns, where we explore the magical and the mystical in our everyday lives. In today's episode, we're diving into the essential element of spirit. The elements influence every aspect of our daily lives. Understanding and working with these elements can be transformative, whether you're seeking balance, inspiration, or a deeper connection to the universe. Imagine harnessing the grounding stability of earth, the creative spark of fire, the fluidity of water, and the clarity of air. And let's remember, spirit, the unifying force that connects us to the divine and unseen energies. So light your candles, grab a cup of tea, and settle in as we embark on this elemental journey together. Let's discover how to bring the magic of spirit into your everyday living. Maya.
Hi, Gia.
How are you?
I'm doing well. So the spirit element in Magick is also known as ether or aether and represents the quintessence, the fifth element that transcends the physical. The binding force connects and harmonizes the other four elements, earth, air, fire, and water. Spirit embodies the essence of life, the divine spark within, and the universal consciousness. Understanding and working with the spirit element can deepen your spiritual practice, enhance your connection to the divine, and unify your magical workings.
Some of the symbolism and attributes associated with the element of spirit are as follows. And remember, this is not an exact, precise list. This is one that can be changed out as well, altered as you feel necessary. So the first would be the pentacle. The spirit symbol is often depicted as a circle or a star within a circle representing unity and wholeness. So then some of the symbolism associated with spirit. For the pentacle, the spirit symbol is often depicted as a circle or a star within a circle, representing unity and wholeness. Some of the colors that represent spirit are white, violet, and gold. Animals, the raven, spider, chameleon, dragonfly, and owl, the spirit world messengers. Plants would be the lotus, Celtic trees, apples, really any trees associated with creation myths, mistletoe, and sage. Some of the stones are angel aura, meteorite, phantoms, quartz, shivalingam, apophyllite. Anapophyllite. And then for directions, it would be the center or all the directions combined.
I like how you brought up the Celtic trees because there are 9 sacred woods that we'll go into in our classes at our Mystical Arts Academy. We'll go over the 9 sacred woods and their associations and their, I don't know, mythology. The mythology behind them.
I'm going to take that class.
So, attributes, qualities would be unity, transcendence, enlightenment, and connection to the divine. The energy would be unifying and omnipresent. The season is all seasons. Time of day, this element is timeless. So it would be no beginning, no ending. It's eternal. And the chakra is the crown chakra, or the Sahasrara. I hope I said that right.
I am not good with the pronunciation. We need to learn that. What are some of the magical tools?
Magical tools. The chalice represents the vessel of spirit. It's used in rituals to connect with the divine. It also represents like the mother's womb. The pentacle, it symbolizes the integration of all the elements and the unity of spirit. And incense is used often in circle scribing to connect the elements together in the center of your magic circle.
So for some of the herbs and plants, we have the lotus, which symbolizes spiritual enlightenment and purity. Mistletoe, associated with the divine and protection. Sage, used for purification and connecting with spirit.
You know, that's interesting that sage can also clear spirit, like when you're talking about removing like energies and spirits from the home. That's interesting because they're kind of like medications and stuff, you know, like there's like dual purpose. You could take antidepressant medications, but could get depressed, right?
That is true.
Yeah.
What about bittersweet? I was thinking about bittersweet.
Bittersweet.
Because doesn't bittersweet also help to connect you to the spirit?
I'm not sure. I've always heard of pomegranate for that. Like Samhain time, putting pomegranate on your lips, or eating pomegranate for connecting with spirit.
Yeah, I've heard of that too. I'm gonna have to check into bittersweet.
I know that like Florida water works for connecting with spirit, and sweetgrass.
That's what I was thinking about, not bittersweet. Sweetgrass. Yes, sweetgrass. Thank you.
Yeah, burning sweetgrass.
So I was thinking about the braids.
Mugwort tea helps see
Yes,
between the veils better for seeing spirit. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I like those. Mugwort tea is a lot of fun. Drink responsibly. Let's see. So Maya, who are some of the deities and spirits?
There's a lot of deities that could be associated. So this list wouldn't be complete. And like you said too at the beginning of the episode, some things work better for some people than others, and that it's customizable to your need. One of them is Hecate, because she's a keeper of the crossroads, the torchbearer, and she has the hellhounds. She's very connected between the physical and spiritual world. Odin, Caradwyn, Inanna, Thoth, and the greater spirit or great spirit. Elemental spirits are going to be celestial beings with higher energy or higher entities. I would say that brings me to think of the archangels. There's an archangel associated with each corner or quarter or direction, whichever you'd like to call it. That's Michael, Gabriel, Ariel, and Raphael. So those are the first things I think of when I think of celestial beings or higher energies that would make up spirit, since they would be like the archangels of the corners.
You could always add in like Shiva or which deities that you know that work with spirit, that you work with the most or that you're comfortable with working with. So then some of the magical usage we have for spiritual growth would be enhancing spiritual awareness and connection, meditation, deepening meditation and connecting with the higher self, divination, enhancing intuitive abilities, and spiritual insight. So before we're going to go ahead, before we go ahead into the spell work examples, Maya, would you like to add anything?
I
else?
would. I think using spirit in magical uses, I really think that it is so much more flexible or ambiable. It doesn't necessarily limit to like spiritual growth or meditation. I think connecting with spirit in your magic, or calling spirit in your magic, or using all of the elements combined make a significant difference in your workings. It's just my personal opinion. I don't like, if I was going to do a ritual or magic, it's a part of me that just always happens to bring spirit along with everything else, just like it's a part of the whole process. So for me, it's automatic, but for those that it's not automatic, I would highly suggest trying it and seeing what difference it makes in your spell working, your ritual, your experience, how you feel in, during, and after. And tracking, how things have manifested for you before trying, and how they manifested for you after trying. It would be a really good thing to do, I think.
Definitely. And I know that, we had a discussion about this too prior to this episode's recording. And I found what you were saying, Maya, about that like incredibly fascinating, because it's the precision. It helps to kind of eliminate some potential errors that can be made.
Checks and balances. Yeah.
Yes. I definitely, it's something that I'm going to try more of myself, and journal what the results are with it.
So what we mean by checks and balances is, if you're doing magic or ritual and you are calling to the elements as part of your working, you would typically give each element a request for what their presence is for. I request air for speedy process, or for good communication, or for light, making things light or joyous or what have you. And as you do each of the elements, once you get to the end, you're really not at the end. So, I mean, after you do fire, water, earth, and air, they're all going to have their little invocations to what you're asking them to be there for, but then you can combine them together so that they're working together toward the same goal, and they're balancing each other out and
Yes.
working in combination with each other.
It just makes it that much more powerful, which is great.
In my experience, yeah.
So some of the spell work examples we have here, you were going to list out materials, and like with the other 4 elements, there are some items that can be, changed out for other items that you might have around your home instead, or might be more easily accessible. So just keep that in mind. This first spell work is the spiritual connection meditation. The purpose of this is to enhance your connection with the divine and your higher self. Materials needed are a white candle, a piece of clear quartz, and calming incense such as frankincense or sandalwood. The steps are: 1. Light the white candle and incense. 2. Hold the clear quartz in your hand and sit in a comfortable position. Next, close your eyes and take deep breaths, focusing on the flame of the candle and the scent of the incense. Visualize a bright white light descending from above, enveloping you and filling you with divine energy. Say, "Spirit, connect me with the divine light and my higher self." Lastly, meditate in this state for as long as you feel necessary, allowing insights and messages to come through. Maya, what are your thoughts on this spell?
I like this. Another incense that is known for meditation and connection would be like myrrh. A lot of times you can buy frankincense and myrrh in an incense together. Another one would be lavender.
Yep.
Lavender will give you that calming meditative feeling, the spiritual protection, and also bring connection. So those are some examples of things that can be swapped out. The white candle, as we talked about, the color correspondences earlier, it can be changed out to a violet candle or a gold candle. White is good because it's inclusive of all colors, so that's why white is recommended.
Also, too, with not having to, it's not a specific type of candle that you have to use. So use what type of candle you have available.
Right, I agree with that. I was going to say, with the visualizing the white light descending from above, if you want more of an experience, imagine it coming from the cosmos, this light coming down in a column from the cosmos and coming down and filling you with divine energy. Was the only thing I was going to add.
I like that. So then the next spell is the Unified Elements Ritual. The purpose of this is to harmonize and balance all elements within yourself, similar to like chakra balancing. That's kind of how I see this. Yes.
Yeah.
Some of the materials needed would be representations of earth, so salt, dirt, or stone, air, feather or an incense, fire, use a candle, water, use a bowl of water, and spirit, you can use a clear quartz. So here are these steps. First and foremost with this one, you're going to want to ground yourself first. That is going to be a really big one because you're going to be kind of in a whirlwind otherwise. After you're grounded, then you'll want to arrange the representations of the elements in a circle. Light the candle and incense. Sit in the center of the circle and place the clear quartz in front of you. Focus on each element, starting with earth and moving clockwise. Touch the salt, dirt, or stone. Waft in the incense. Hold your hands over the flame within reason, not to where you're burning yourself, and touch the water. Say, "Elements of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, I call upon you to harmonize within me." Visualize each element's energy flowing into you and merging, creating a balanced and unified force. Hold the clear quartz and meditate on the unity of the elements within you.
I think that one is so pretty.
It is really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought to do that one before.
I like the way this is described because it's telling you to go around the circle and then touch each element and then call them all together. A lot of like ritual or magic things that you will see is you will see stopping and calling each one individually. But this is about spirit and them all connected as one.
And connecting within you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Grounding is really, really important in the beginning. And even when you're imagining them all like merging within you to create a balanced and unified force, make sure that you're still seeing your grounding anchor, whether that's roots or tether cord or whatever have you, when you're doing that. And make sure that you are taking your time after you close it up, after your meditation is done, to come back into the mundane physical realm focus. You may need to eat something or you may need to reground. It's not something that you want to do on the fly. You'll want to take some time for it because our bodies can only accept so much raw energy like that at once, and it will need to re-stabilize, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yes. To go into homeostasis again.
Well, as far as the clear quartz goes, if you wanted to imagine and ask that energy to also go into the clear quartz and have the clear quartz hold space, when you want to have a small reconnect, you can have that stone at future meditations.
One of the grounding snacks that you used to tell me, which I absolutely love, and I use it as my grounding snack, my go-to, are carrots. They come from the earth. I mean, you don't get much more ground than that. And yes, I munch on carrots when I need to ground.
I'm so glad that I told you something healthy, because it was do as I say and not as I do. I'm terrible because I'll go right to sugar and cakes, chocolate, anything that's
Takes an ale.
I will go for the not so good for you dopamine type options.
The rush of it. Yeah. Well, and that's the tough part, because I mean, I am nowhere near perfect and I've done that too. But ever since you had told me that was years ago, 2 decades ago, that's been my go-to. Every time I think grounding, I think, okay, I need to go eat some baby carrots. I love it. It's like the thing right there. Now, whether or not I add ranch dip to it is a whole other thing. But our last spell here is the protection spell. A protection spell, not B, I should say. The purpose of this one is to create a powerful protective barrier using the spirit element. Materials are a violet candle, a piece of selenite, and protective incense such as cedar or juniper. I love juniper. I should love both, but anyways, the steps for this spell are light, I'm just going to say purple, light the purple candle and the protective incense. Hold the selenite in your hand and focus on your intention for protection. Say, Spirit, I call upon your divine light to create a shield of protection around me. Visualize a sphere of white light surrounding you, infused with the power of spirit. Hold this visualization for several minutes, reinforcing the protective barrier. Place the selenite near your main entrance or carry it with you for ongoing protection. One thing I want to add to, with all 5 elements, and please correct me if I'm off base here. When you're doing spell work, ritual work, be sure that you're thanking the elements that you're using and telling them it's okay to go.
Yes. You would
Big thing.
thank and dismiss them. Yes. If it was me doing this protection spell, the adjustments myself would have made would have been a white candle. Instead of a piece of selenite, I would have something, shaped or symbolizing a sword. And I would, at the calling, call Archangel Michael. So I would hold the sword type object, and then I would ask Michael and call upon his divine light to shield and protect me, and visualize, that shielding and protection. And then I would stick the sword at my main entrance. Now, this is something even different, is if anybody has a besom, right, or is going to a workshop to make one or has wanted to make one, that's supposed to protect your home. And that would be another thing you could use instead of the selenite, and charge the broom with the protection and divine light. And then there's different positions that you put the broom in and different places that you put them in the house for protection.
I was thinking too, if you know your tarot well enough too, I actually thought about this, Maya, from a ritual you helped me with. You can use tarot card associations too,
Absolutely.
like the swords,
Yep.
And what are your thoughts? I mean, what do you think about like the incorporation of the major arcana though?
Into spell working?
Yeah,
Well, I would use them. They would certainly have their place, though,
definitely.
because the major arcana are this is it.
Yes. This is the finality.
Yeah. For protection, yeah. I would use a major arcana for protection if it was absolutely needed. Like if I knew what I was protecting myself from. The strength card comes up to mind real quick.
Oh, yes.
But I know that there's probably other ones. I just don't know their associations off the top of my head. But I definitely grab the world card or the star card, to represent the element of spirit. And I would use the strength card and whatever else I felt drawn to. Runes is another option.
Yeah, I was just thinking about runes too.
Mm-hmm. And then the nice thing about runes is you can get some small stone runes in clear quartz, and you can charge them and hide them around the house, or hide them outside in the yard, or put them in your car, or whatever.
Yeah, you could.
If you buy a whole set of clear quartz, you got a lot to use for a lot of different things. What I generally do is I bought one of those wood burners for like, I don't know, it wasn't expensive, maybe $19 or something or less. And at Michael's, like one of the wood burner pens, and then some wood discs, very inexpensive. And then I just burn the rune symbol on the wood and use those for spell workings.
Oh, I like that.
Versus buying a whole set each time. Like, because once you use one out of a set, it's gone.
No, that's true.
Not that there's not a whole bunch of others that can be used, but if there's one that you would want to repeat more so than others, it would be gone. Magic is a profound start over. The spirit element in magic is a profound force for unity, transcendence, and divine connection. By incorporating spirit correspondences, symbolism, and spell work into your practice, you can enhance your spiritual growth, deepen your connection to the divine, and unify your magical work. Embrace the omnipresent and unifying qualities of spirit, and let it guide your journey toward enlightenment and harmony.
So this concludes our Elements podcast. If you are just tuning in, please see the previous episodes for the other elements. Maya, we have some very exciting news to come very soon.
So we have classes and webinars coming up, and we're actually developing a magical arts academy. It's going to be called Storm and Sky Academy of Mystical Arts, and we will have a web page up pretty soon. It's actually in the development stages right now, and it'll be opportunities for having classes or lessons either individually on what you're interested in or in packages. So please be sure to like, share, subscribe, or get on our email newsletter so that you know when this is up and running. There might be some deals for new students. Again, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us, for listening.
Thank you all.
Farewell and blessed be.
Blessed be.